All right, so let's see. Right, we had decided where we wanted to go before we go through the next doors because we have 40 minutes to go. And Bait, you were playing Resident Evil 2 today. Did you finish? I think I saw the credits at one point. So you finished an A path, or was it a B? Did you do both? What happened? You know what? We've already been to the infirmary. Let's go check out this amazing lounge with alcohol. Beat Leon A. Alright. And then Claire next weekend. Are you going to be doing the B paths as well? Ooh.
Ah, Sigma.
Probably not. Oh, but that's the longer one. Because it's, from what I recall, A is the short version.
Another dude. This place is turning into a real sausage fest.
What are you telling me for? Oh yeah. You were one of the first people in here, weren't you?
Yeah, so?
Well, did you notice anything?
No. Although I guess I did notice that the sofa's pretty comfortable.
Okay. How about something more useful?
I'd say that the comfort level of a sofa is pretty useful.
Right.
Dio, what's this?
Astronomy today. Total lunar eclipse. Oh boy.
That? What, you can't tell? It's a dirty magazine.
What? Oh, come on. It's about astronomy. Can you even read?
Can you even see? Just look at those rings on Saturn. Don't they excite you?
What the hell? Different strokes, I guess. Imagine those rings from Saturn around you. All those orbiting rocks. Oh, yeah, baby.
It appears to be a special dedicated to a lunar eclipse. The cover says the eclipse can be observed on December 31st, 2028.
Anti-social Catman, hello, welcome back. Things are going all right for me today. It's been a pretty chill day. Worked on my Discord a bit, got some role things, so I kind of have an idea for later on with other things I want to do. And then other than that, just hung out with my kids. What were you up to today?
Oh, right. Yeah, I guess it did say something like that.
December 31st, huh? That's 6 days from now, right?
6 days, huh?
You mean today is December 25th?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it is. Depends on how long I was out after they hit me with that gas, I suppose.
Hey, Kay. Your team went to the crew quarters, right? Did you find anything?
Nothing of interest.
You'd better not be hiding something.
How much? Searching for new work following the initial lockdown. Yeah, I hear you. I mean, I was lucky. Here in Canada, we have a COVID plan thing called CERB. So I was able to go on that, so this way I was at least paid a little bit while I was off work, so that helped. Otherwise, I would have been totally screwed. And then things have started back up again, so now I'm back at work. Still not that busy, though. So it's getting a little rough on that end. Other than that, I know a lot of places, even here, have like closed down now and like forever. It's tough. So the few places that are starting to hire again, because in my city we're opening up, we're in the single digits for active cases.
There really wasn't anything helpful.
Even with that, with other places that have closed down, like you said, it's a very competitive market now for getting a job.
At least, nothing that could help us escape. There was a book about a cat, though.
A cat? What, so now Zero Senior's a crazy cat lady? Just what the hell are we supposed to do with that tidbit?
Well, it's more useful than how comfortable the sofa is. Yes, it 80 new cases yesterday. That's the second shutdown. Yeah. Well, here's the tough thing about it, though, right? Is there's still too much unknown. It's can you get it again? They don't know. And right now, with no vaccine, pretty much at this point, as long as the hospitals can keep up, that's the important thing. With to keep the death rates down. So here in Canada wise, I mean, we're doing great on that. So that's why we're pretty much all fully open. Any transmittable cases are from travel. And then we're just hoping that at that point, you get to that herd immunity for the last phase when anybody can go out. But what's happening for us, at least in my city, is that we're getting people coming in from out of province. From wherever, be it I don't think from the States, but from other provinces that do still have more cases.
Hey, the sofa's comfort level is very useful.
Oh my gosh, there was somebody recently actually that they went out while they were showing symptoms. And they went to several places. So we had an emergency alert go out yesterday about that. So it's sitting there going like, why? The States alert. Yeah, no, I think it's just from the other provinces. Because people were saying they saw plates from Quebec and Alberta.
What?
I think you must have misunderstood me. This book isn't for, cat ladies. It's about Schrodinger's cat.
I don't really give a shit about the breed, genius. Anyway, I'm a dog person if you couldn't tell.
No, it's not an issue of breed.
Okay. So it's a story about poor Mr. Schrodinger and his beloved cat, right? Don't tell me. The cat dies at the end. Who fucking who?
Fine. Never mind.
It'll phase away eventually, no matter how long it takes for now. Yeah, exactly. I mean, the actual full death rate isn't at that high, despite what the news is and people are getting upset about. Yes, there's a death rate, but it's not crazy high. So I mean, as long as you be careful, things should be okay. Just as I was about to open my mouth and tell Kay that I cared about what he'd found, even if Dio didn't, Luna and Fi appeared. Although here in Zero Escape, they were commenting about a mass amount or mass transmitted plague at one point. Which is why I was thinking about when Danganronpa did that too. Oh boy.
So this is where you were. Did any of you find anything?
Nope, we got squat. I know there's so many coincidences that you're sitting there going,
You were looking though, right?
No.
Hey, answer me.
Oh, well, I mean, we weren't wasting time. I was just asking them what they had found.
And?
Nothing.
Useless.
That's what I
What
said.
about you, Sigma? You were one of the people searching the infirmary, weren't you?
Oh, yeah, I almost forgot. It'd take too long to explain. Just have a look at this. I dug the paper out of my pocket and handed it to Luna.
It looks like a piece of newspaper.
Yeah, we found it in the infirmary safe.
The headline says, Radical 6 infection spreads. Cure continues to elude authorities.
As we were just talking about.
What? What is Radical 6?
Just read the article.
Okay. The Radical 6 virus continues to spread across the globe like wildfire. The WHO has confirmed that the death toll is estimated to have passed 100,000 victims. Immediate quarantine of any infected patients is strongly advised.
So, much like our life right now in real life here. A cold silence fell over the room. For several long minutes, no one spoke. It was Kay who finally broke the spell.
Is there a chance? I mean, I certainly hope it isn't the case, but could it be that this facility is, in fact, one of the quarantine locations that clipping mentions?
Then, you're saying we're all infected with this Radical 6 virus?
I don't know. Doesn't really fit. I mean, none of us have shown any kind of symptoms, right?
Well, I do feel a little strange. I've lost my balance a few times.
Now, if we remember in the first game, June was constantly getting hot and fainting, and then someone else has some stuff happening to them as well. My body feels kind of weird too now that you mention it.
That's probably just because you were asleep for so long.
Are you suggesting that our incarceration here has nothing to do with this article?
Yeah. It just doesn't add up. The order's backwards.
That's right. Putting my fingers in my mouth too. Yeah. I don't go outside, Vino. I'm perfectly fine. I'm a loser. I stay home alone.
Maybe if we'd been thrown in here after this virus started spreading.
I work from home as well, so I literally don't go outside really.
But right now it looks like we were abducted before this thing turned
Badass
into a
character design.
pandemic.
He looks neat, yes, but I'm always find it odd when there's a robot character out of nowhere in a cast of humans. I'm sitting there going like, what?
How's that make any kind of sense? Besides, you found that article in the safe, right? That means Zero Senior put it there specifically so we could find it and read it.
Why would Zero do something like that?
How did quarantine affect me? Well, just had your wife around more often.
So that we'd think this place is a quarantine facility.
Except for my work, yes. Technically, that's about right. That, and it made it tougher for bringing the kids anywhere because we couldn't do that
Zero
anymore.
wants us to think.
So ultimately,
How do
it
you
didn't
mean?
affect me as heavily as some other
This
people.
thing is just a prop, something to set the scene. Zero's trying to freak us out.
And Dio seems to know all about setting the scene. Look at how he's dressed.
That article is a fake.
You've got a point. If it was real, why cut it out? Just leave a newspaper with the article circled in a red pen or something.
Right? That lazy son of a bitch. Probably too much of a pain in the ass to fake a whole paper.
What does the other side look like?
There's the Hannah Montana. What is the other? Oh, of course, she just said that. The other side? Oh, hold on. The biggest issue I feel outside work-related issues? Kids. What the two is cool. I'm having at home, spend time, video games. That daily interaction. Yeah, you see, that's the thing. I can handle having my kids here at home. It was perfectly fine. I felt bad for them because as time went on, I could see them getting more stir crazy. It was getting more and more. They're getting easily frustrated with each other and so on because they didn't get interactions with other people and kids. They couldn't run out and get all that energy out and roughhouse and play with other kids. I mean, roughhousing and playing with your dad's one thing, but when you're actually playing with other kids and socializing is totally different. So it puts them behind in developing social skills as well. So it was getting to be one of the online things that you could do. We had an online Zoom meetings or whatever you could do with the teacher and the other kids that had the capabilities of doing that, where they could all see each other. So that was nice. But that was only like maybe once a week, and once again, it's only online, which isn't in person.
See? There you go. Why would a newspaper just be black on one side?
Well, he's got a good point.
Well, perhaps there was an ad there.
An ad?
Some sort of full-page ad with a black background.
No. I bet you money an article like this was front page news. Too big of a story. And I really don't think they put full page ads on the back of the front page.
Exactly.
Imagine how scary the news would have to be to make it on first place. I mean, to be the first page story and that not be. Oof.
Even I know that, and I can count the number of times I've read a paper on one hand. If Zero Senior really wanted to trick us, why not go all out? Only an idiot would fall for this. It's pathetic. Am I right or what?
I suppose you do have a point.
Yes, I agree.
Besides, I don't remember ever hearing any news about any pandemic. It was really killing hundreds of thousands of people. I'm pretty sure that would have been on the news or something.
You're right. We would have heard about it.
So much silence. Alright, let's have a look around, see if we can find anything
Good
else.
idea.
I'll be off then. What about you guys? The consensus seemed to be that they were intended to remain. Who reads newspapers nowadays? It's mainly online stuff now for me. Okay, see y'all later. With a wave, I have made my way to the exit. Where to next? Crew quarters, and then finally the infirmary because there's that old lady there. Localization for the non-Ori games is good. That made the Japanese dialogue sound so natural in English. Yeah, so far I've gotta say, in both games, it's felt perfectly fluid.
Oh, Sigma.
Well, have you found anything?
No. What about you?
Nothing. I looked through 3 or 4 of the rooms in here. No secret passages so far.
I don't think we're gonna find any. Do you really think Zero Senior is that stupid?
You're probably right. A secret passageway would be a pretty serious oversight. I have a lot of choice adjectives for Zero, but I admit stupid isn't one of them.
Right?
Totally. Hey, there's something I've been wondering about.
What?
So... Yeah, no, it seems enough, quite a bit of time has passed. Or Clover grew up more. What exactly is the deal with the two of you? Her style choice is odd, though. Every time I look at her, I think she's like some cave woman plucked from the past and brought to the future.
What do you mean?
Well, you obviously know each other pretty well.
Yeah, we do.
And Alice looks really modern, although they have those throwbacks to her Egyptian roots. But yeah, she's Flintstones-esque. Yeah, exactly. Doesn't she look like, what was it? Not Bam Bam. Bam Bam's the boy baby. Pebbles. She looks like a more grown-up Pebbles. No, not Wilma. Pebbles. More grown-up. There is actually a Flintstones where they are teens. Oh, I forget what it was called. But they actually look very similar. Oh my gosh, she totally does. It's hilarious, I think. Yes.
We're half sisters.
Wait, what?
Any chance you'd buy that one?
Okay, I was like, no.
Then what do you think we are?
I didn't feel like playing games. What's headquarters supposed to mean?
What?
I heard you two talking in the infirmary. You said something about getting in touch with headquarters.
Alice, what should we do?
Alice laid her hands on her hips and sighed.
Clover and I are co-workers.
Okay, where do you co-work?
We can't tell you that.
Come on. Why not? Some sort of secret government project that you can't talk about?
You can tell yourself that if it makes you feel better.
Does that have something to do with Zero?
Well, why would you think that?
Because you seem to know more about Zero than you're letting on, Clover. But you were talking in the way you were talking in the infirmary. So your position in Hooters? I've never... Have I ever been to a Hooters? I think once. Oh, so long ago, and I don't remember why. I really don't remember. There's even a Zero. Although I think the Hooters in Canada has different rules and regulations than the one in the States. And they do things a little bit differently, but yes. Sure sounds like you've heard of Zero before to me. Alice, from what you two were saying, I bet you know something about Zero too. Come on, you can't hide it forever. Just tell me what's going on here.
Well, this isn't the first time something like this has happened.
Clover.
It's okay. I think we can tell him a little.
What do you mean this isn't the first time?
About a year ago,
Clover's like, it's not my first time. And he's like,
9 people were kidnapped and forced to play a game.
1 year
The
ago.
rules were different, but it was called the Nonary game too. Oh, wait. I guess only 7 of them were really kidnapped. I mean, 2 of them were actually the ones behind it. No, I guess if I count the other 2, then there were 9. Anyway, the people behind that Nonary game also called themselves Zero.
Whoa, hold on there, Clover. Can you give me more details? So only a year has passed, apparently. Look how much she's grown. Besides, how do you even know about this in the first place?
Because I was part of it. I was one of the people who got kidnapped.
All right, so there we go. We have confirmation that this Clover is indeed the Clover from the last game. I wasn't sure if it was just one of those, oh yeah, we've got multiple Clovers, ha 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 ha. What? I mean, this is your second non-Nary game? So she's like, no, it's my third.
No, it's my third.
Third?
The same thing happened 10 years ago.
Wait. What are you... Then that means you have to have something to do with this.
I guess you could say that.
What do you mean you guess? How could you not? Whoever keeps doing these non-Nary games must have decided they wanted you to play a third one.
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
Because the game was run by a different person both times. And the guy behind the first nonary game has already been arrested.
What about the second one? You said there were two people for that one.
They're still on the run, but...
Then it has to be them.
No, I really don't think so.
Why?
Because they already did what they were trying to do. There's no way they'd have another nonary game.
Arresting your boy Ace? Psh, your boy Ace. Psh, psh, that son of a bitch. Okay, well, that makes no sense. So let me see if I have this straight. The nonary game has already been done twice by different people and for different reasons.
Yes.
It's a great character, even as a scumbag. I mean, yes, they did him quite well.
Well, I
He's
can't
very
be totally
conniving.
sure, but I think so.
And I enjoyed him having that face issue. Protophaslasia? I don't remember what it says. Although that being his reason for the non-Nary games, however it's pronounced, I don't know. But that word there, yes. But him doing that to try to get into the field just to see a person's face is an odd reason to do it all to me, but whatever. Why is whoever's doing this calling it the non-Nary game? Is it just a coincidence that they're calling themselves Zero?
I don't know.
That's not good enough. You've got to think. Clover, you're the key to figuring all this out. But you've got to think.
But I don't know. Oh,
What?
the gas mask.
The gas mask? Yeah, I saw it too. But what about it?
Well, somebody in a gas mask showed up and used that white smoke stuff on me.
Long rips the gas mask, Clover's savage.
That's what happened a year ago. And that's what happened on the 22nd. Someone with a gas mask attacked Alice and me while we were...
Whoa! That's gotta be the same person.
But I don't know why they do that.
Why did you stop her from what she was
I
saying?
mean, they already did what they needed to do. And if it was them, then I don't know why all these other people are here. Except for me and Alice, none of you guys have anything to do with what happened a year ago, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, I know I didn't have anything to do with it. Are you sure you've never met any of the other people here?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Who are doing what? Yeah, I want to know what she's doing.
I know I've never met Luna, or Dio, or Tenmyoji, or Quark, or Phi, but Kay...
Right. There's no way to know who he is under that armor.
Why don't
And
they take
if his
it
memory
off?
loss is real, he wouldn't know even if he had met any of us.
Unless we can get that mask off him, I can't say for sure if I've met him before or not.
Okay, keep going. What happened with the first and second non-Nary games? Maybe they can tell us something. Before she could respond, Alice spoke up.
Sorry, but I think that's all you're going to get.
What?
We
Why?
don't have any proof that you're not Zero Senior. If you are, then she'd be telling our enemy all our secrets. I can't let that happen.
You an idiot. For one, I'm not Zero. Second, even if I was, I'd already know everything you're refusing to tell me. There's no reason for you to do this.
I wouldn't say that. Maybe there's something we know that Zero Senior doesn't.
And that would be...
Are you deaf? I said we're not telling you.
Right, his schedule, but are you planning on... Yes. Yes, I am. Possibly. Maybe. We'll see. Wait. Let's check something here. It looks like yes. I don't think I have any other games that I'm really close to needing or that are coming out that I'm really looking forward to. Possibly, maybe, not sure. I don't went from, yeah, 100%, well, maybe 75, 50, 25, I don't know. Yes or no? Yes, so it does look like, I just had to check some release dates, but yes. It should be the next one.
Let's go, Clover. There's one more room we haven't visited.
Oh, okay. Coming.
Hey! Hold on a minute.
Goodbye.
The only word that appropriately describes how they left the room would be stalked. They locked me in! I could have followed them, sure. But it was clear I wouldn't be getting any more information out of Alice or Clover. Damn it. I kicked one of the lockers angrily, but it only rattled back at me. And then something fell. Oh. There wasn't anything more I could do. It was time to move on to a different room. Where did I want to go? There was only one place left to go. The infirmary.
Sigma.
Yeah. There we go. Uh-oh, he's still mad at me.
What do you want?
What do I want? What, you think I'm here to play doctor? Only if you're secretly Clover. Oh! Funny how he picks her over Alice.
Tell you what, how about I'll be the doctor? You get on the exam table and I'll cut you open with that scalpel over there.
Man, are you still pissed?
What the hell do you think? My BP's down to 1 thanks to you.
Come on, I already told you I was sorry. I just keep getting older, they stay the same age.
Yes, and that makes it all
Yeah,
better. You
it's
goddamn
total truth.
idiot.
Well then, what the heck am I supposed to do?
Piss off.
Seems like I'm already doing that.
You don't know the half of it. Just get out of my sight.
Easy solution then. Just close your eyes. Oh god. Sigma's... Oh, he's just purposefully rattling him now.
Leave before I make yours black. The last guy I fought went home in an ambulance.
Shouldn't have picked a fight with a paramedic then.
Shut up.
This guy. Oh, Sigma. Bye. I shoved my hands in my pockets and looked around the room. So is it just you here?
This side of the divider, yeah.
This side?
Quark's over there, having a look around. And there's... You really gonna make me say it?
Oh, the lady who was murdered, you mean? Yeah, you've been acting kind of weird ever since we found her. Why is that?
Or what, isn't that normal? We found a dead body. Who the hell doesn't get a little freaked out? What ain't normal is all of you just running around like nothing happened. Some of you probably don't even remember she's in here.
That's just because we've got a lot of other stuff to think about. Can you blame them for being a little single-minded? They're trying to escape from a game that's just made it clear it has no problems killing them.
Oh, just trying to survive, huh?
Yeah?
Hey, don't you think we ought to figure out who killed her first?
What does that have to do with anything?
You don't think much, do you? I'll bet you a pound of neodymium the bastard who grabbed us is the same bastard who killed her. Who else could it be?
If Zero's one of us, and you're saying one of us murdered the old lady? You saw it too, right? The person in the gas mask?
Yeah,
Did you notice anything?
not really. The gas made pretty short work of me. Me and Quark.
What? You and Quark were grabbed together?
Yeah, we were.
Is he your grandson?
So what if he is? Why do you want to know? That doesn't have anything to do with what's going on here.
But what if it does? Maybe it'll shed some light on something else.
I'm pretty sure it won't.
Why is that?
Quark's got nothing to do with this.
So it's got something to do with you then.
What is it, goddammit? What do you want? Why don't you just leave me alone?
Because you're suspicious.
Wait, what? There's nothing suspicious about me.
Alright, tell me this then. When and where did Zero Senior abduct you?
Yeah, right. Like I'm gonna tell that to someone who betrayed me.
Alright, fine. I'll just ask Quark. Quark!
Hey, stop it. Quark! Don't tell him a damn thing!
Whoa, you're getting more suspicious by the... And then he decks me. I started toward the partition as I spoke with the intention of finding Quark. I found him as I rounded the divider, but... Quark!
What? Move!
With a yell, he shoved me away and ran to the boy's side.
Quark, what's wrong? Say something!
Tenmyoji shook the boy's body. Is he breathing?
Yeah, he's breathing.
And he just passed out?
I don't know. Look, that doesn't matter. Just go find that girl, Luna. She said she was a doctor, didn't she? Quark needs a doctor.
Right. Hang on. I'll be right back. She's probably still in the lounge. I spun around and ran off. Luckily, I knew where she was. The whole process took only a few minutes. The machine scanned Quark's body, and within seconds, his results lit up the screen. Words too complicated for me to understand scrolled across it, and as she read them, Luna's face grew dark. She bit her lip, and just stood there for a moment, looking down at Quark before she spoke.
Well, I know what's wrong with him.
It's got
I
cancer.
feel so terrible saying this, but Quark has an infection. A viral infection.
Oh no.
I felt my stomach lurch. Don't tell me.
Yes, he's been infected with a virus called Radical 6.
It's real. By then, everybody had pushed their way into the infirmary and gathered around Quark's bed. He beckoned to Alice and Clover. Have you heard of this virus? Radical 6, I mean.
Yeah, they have. I told them about it before we went to the lounge.
What? No. No, that can't be right. Quark can't be...
Radical 6? COVID-19? I mean...
There must be something we can do. How can we cure him?
Well, the Atom says that there's an antiviral serum called Excelavir.
Here's the difference, though. There is an antiviral serum, though, for
It's
this.
the only way to counteract Radical 6. If we can inject him with some, he should be okay.
Where is it?
Was there none in the infirmary?
Sigma, Tenmyoji, and I looked everywhere. We didn't find anything.
We didn't find anything like that in the crew quarters either.
No luck in the lounge.
Oh God. Then he's going to... Oh God, no.
Tenmyoji's voice broke as he spoke. The tortured sigh, he collapsed to his knees.
Quark?
Quark!
Wait, what's in his hand?
Oh, thank God. You're awake.
Get away from me!
What? Quark, what are you...
Sorry, Grandpa. I can't. I have to.
Have to what? What are you talking about?
Isn't it obvious? I have to escape.
But how?
Like this.
Quark's hand moved like lightning. He grabbed hold of the scalpel and was driving it straight toward his heart. Stop!
No! Let go! Let go of me!
Pretty tough for a kid. Hey guys, I could use a hand here.
Yeah, right.
On it.
Me too.
Stop it! Let go of me, you jerks!
Tenmyoji, the hell are you doing? Get over here. Tenmyoji, can you even hear me?
Oh. Right.
Damn you! Bastards! Why won't you let me go? I have to get out of this body! They can't lock away the soul! Once my body's gone, my soul can escape! Please! You have to let me go!
I see.
Let me go! I'm trapped here! Let me die! I have to die! Kill me! Somebody! Anybody! Kill me! Kill me! Kill me!
Oh damn, this virus makes people go pretty... Oh no. This is just like that one movie with the trees that kill people. With the plants that whisper and make people want to kill themselves. Jesus, this kid's lost it. Somebody, anybody. I don't know if that's really a Queen reference. You hear that in most horror movies. Or so on. Hey, somebody get that scalpel away from him.
Right.
I like how nobody's helping. They're like, oh, this kid wants to kill himself. We'll just sit here and watch.
I've got it.
Good job, Clover. Quark barely even seemed to notice the loss of the scalpel. Continued to scream and writhe like he was possessed. What are we going to do? Gotta calm him down somehow.
Luna,
Yes?
are there any tranquilizers in here?
No. Well, I mean,
What?
there's Soparil Beta.
Soparil.
That's the anesthetic. The one that's in our bracelets.
Good, perfect. Hit him with some of that.
What?
He'll be fine. It's just an anesthetic, Tenmyoji. It won't hurt him, I promise.
But...
Just hurry up and do it. Come on, Luna.
Okay, let me just...
Yes, because there's
Okay, I
that
got it.
needle gun that was in here as well.
Good. Wait until he's... Now!
Right.
No! Stop! Stop!
In the leg? On the knee, almost. That is a weird place to put a shot.
Respiration, blood pressure, brain waves. Everything's normal. According to these readings, he's in a very deep sleep.
Excellent. Oh, look at that nice, peaceful smile. It was an adventure, but then he got shot. Yes, and then he got the shot in the knee. I guess we're good for now.
Yes.
What about the anesthetic? How long will it last?
He shouldn't wake up for a few hours.
Man, he sure was strong for such a little guy.
I think that might be the virus's fault. It probably attacks the part of the brain that governs reason. Without anything to hold it back, his body was using every ounce of strength it had.
Yeah? How do you know?
Huh? Oh, well,
How much do you know about this Radical Six?
not much. I probably know about as much as you do.
And yet, you kill a dragon, the other guy comes to collect the dragon's soul.
All I've seen about it is that newspaper article Sigma showed me.
You'd better not be lying.
Why would I lie about that? I've seen other viruses that do the same thing. I was just making a guess.
Wait for Skyrim for Apple Watch. Hey, you know, it's PlayStation 5's coming out, that new Xbox. We're going to get an updated version. We're now going to get the Skyrim remaster, where we will have updated graphics, some new voice lines added, so it's not the same guy talking all the time. Like 2 years ago? Lies. They just said that's just why people stopped bugging them about re-releasing Skyrim, at least for a bit.
So when Quark tried to kill himself, are you saying that was because of Radical 6 too?
Yes. At least, I think so.
So what kind of virus is Radical 6? Pulled the newspaper article out of my pocket and looked at it again. Everyone else crowded in.
Look at this last line. Immediate quarantine of any infected patients is strongly advised.
Are you saying this is some kind of quarantine zone?
I already explained this. That's not possible.
All they'd have to do to lure people in is yet another combination set with new quests. Or remastered. Yeah, I don't know.
Why not?
You ran through what he had told the rest of us in the lounge.
Then you're saying the newspaper article was faked?
But the virus is clearly real. That Adam machine told us he was infected with Radical 6.
So, do you know how that thing works? I bet there's 1,000 ways to hack it. Zero Senior probably just programmed it so that it would spit out whatever he wanted.
I'll just uninstall the 4K graphics mod alters. I mean, yeah, that's just the thing. Vanilla Skyrim is, it's okay. But the thing is, there's so much mod support for it that you can make it look gorgeous and beautiful and oh my goodness. But are you really playing the original Skyrim at that point? You've changed so much.
Besides, there was something Sigma mentioned. Have any of you guys heard anything about any sort of viral pandemic?
Well, no, but
I have heard rumors about a virus being used as a bioweapon.
What?
What did you say?
Whoa, Alice, what the hell?
As much as I would
Explain.
love to. I'm sorry. Time's up. Hit the
Time?
buttons on your bracelet.
Our graphics ain't a problem anymore. Yeah, shit. 5 minutes.
And we only have 5 minutes until the chromatic doors open downstairs.
Exactly. I'm sorry, but I'd really need more than 5 minutes to explain this.
As if you'd tell us even if there was time, right?
Oh, would I? Who knows?
Fine. We'll deal with this later. Right now, we need to get to the elevator and head down to floor B.
what are we going to do about Quark?
I'll carry him.
Are you sure?
I can't just leave the boy here. Besides, if we don't have Quark's bracelet, there'll be one team who can't open their secondary door. If that happens...
They'll get penalized.
Exactly.
Very well then.
Oh, I'm assuming on K here, the strap's going around him. That's probably to help keep the armor on. Just realized this whole... He's either missing an arm, or he's got a whole Orin from FF10 thing going on, where he keeps one arm inside the sleeve.
I will carry Quark. I will be able to move much faster than Tenmyoji.
You make a good point. Look, are you sure about this? Can I trust you?
You have nothing to worry about.
Fine, just be careful.
Of course.
All right, let's go. We're running out of time, people. Move!
Run to the doors! Device command, we all began to run. The door opened and we spilled out into the warehouse. And we go in, we're going to make it just in time. Or are we? Ding, ding.
Chromatic doors have opened. 5 minutes remain until chromatic doors close.
They're open. We need to hurry.
Who's going to go in which door?
Good question. What are our options?
We're almost out of time. Pay attention. We've only got time to do this once. Just like before, there are only 3 possible combinations.
The options Fi laid out for us were the following. We have 0, no pun intended. Excitement for PS5 or Xbox. Oh, interesting. PS3 will enable. What I'm excited for is a lot of the games we get on PC are developed for console first and PC after. So yes, PC will get some graphical updates and so on, but it's always made where it can be run on that console with just a bit of extra with a PC release. Now that either turns into a PC port or just those couple extra things. What makes me excited is with such vast improvements on the PlayStation 5 and the new Xbox that I think they're pretty much on par with a lot of the higher end gaming PCs these days, especially having an SSD base. So that's what has me excited. I think that base games, especially if they're ported to PC, are going to be a lot better. Gone are going to be the days of that 30 FPS lock or 60 FPS lock. We'll probably be able to get really high frame rates on our games and so on. It's great. It's going to be beautiful. Now, as for the consoles themselves, I mean, some of the console exclusives do look nice. I mean, like, there's the occasional nice ones that I think about that make me want to get console, but otherwise I agree. At first I was thinking I was going to get that PS5 on release, especially because with backwards compatibility with some games. But the more I thought about it, it's like, well, I'd rather just save up and get a better graphics card instead for my PC, especially with now a lot of the Microsoft games come out on both Xbox and PC at the same time or in the future, and a lot of actually a lot of the PlayStation games have been coming out on PC as well, just like a year later. I can handle that. I can wait because PC will always have better options because it's modular, all its parts, right? As new technology comes out, it gets better. Devs can make their games better. Whereas that console, it's locked. They don't make a new one very often because it's a big chunk of money. People would be pissed off and stop buying consoles if they had to upgrade. Every couple of years. So I think this last one's been, 4 years between the PlayStation 4 and 5? Not 100% on that. Okay, FPS what needs to go next gen. Yeah, I don't really care about the 8K, but 60, it would be nice. Clover Eye, Magenta, pair of Tenma Yuji, Cyan to go through the blue door. I don't think that's a good idea considering he hates my guts. Luna and Fi, Cyan pair up with Dio Yellow to go through the green door. Kay and Alice Yellow pair up with Cork to go through the red door. Option B, Clover and I pair up with Dio Yellow to go through the red door. Luna and Fi Sai pair up with Quark, go through the blue door. Kay and Alice, and Mayuji. Or option C, Clover and I pair up with Quark to go through the green door. Luna and Fi with Miyoji. Kay and Alice Yellow. I think I'm going to want to go with Quark. I was the only one who actually, could handle him. I don't trust him with anyone else.
3 minutes remain until chromatic doors close.
Witcher 3 on Xbox and PS4 base models, for example, is unbearable. I haven't really played much on my PlayStation for new games. I think, here's the thing, and the reason why I stopped buying console games. They came out with the PlayStation 4 Pro. and a lot of games can go up to that 60 FPS. They have extra graphical things. Things run smoother on the PlayStation Pro. I do not have a PlayStation Pro because I got the original PlayStation Slim. So, and I can tell the difference. Final Fantasy VII Remake, for example, I ended up getting that, and I can feel the lag and so on in it, and I don't like it. So I find a hard time playing on the consoles right now. How are we going to do this?
I won't go with Sigma. He betrayed me last time.
No choice in that anyways. What about 5?
You hit the button, right, Sigma?
Well, yes, but...
I don't want to go with Dio. Same reason. I can't trust that he won't betray me again.
Thanks a lot, Quark. You've single-handedly torpedoed my reputation.
Well, that leaves us with option B.
No, we can't do option B.
Why not?
Sorry, Luna, but I can't trust you or Phi either.
Jeez.
The way he is right now, someone's going to have to carry Quark. I just can't afford to give him to someone I don't trust.
I thought you trusted Phi.
Not enough for this.
Then what do you intend to do?
Quark shifted silently in Kay's arms.
Quark is a solo, as are you, Tenmyoji. Solos can't pair with one another. You do remember that.
Yeah, of course I do. I didn't say there wasn't anyone I trusted. There's one person.
Who do you trust then?
Clover.
Oh, well,
What? Me?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Why?
I can't tell you. I just know that you'll keep him safe.
Well, that's nice of you to say, but my partner is Sigma. Are you sure you want me to take him?
It's fine. Clover, you just vote by yourself. Make Sigma wait outside the AV room.
No. If Clover takes Quark, then we have to go with option C, right? That means I'll be stuck with Dio. There's no way in hell I'm going to let that happen.
Who do you want to pair up with, then?
Isn't it obvious? Quark. Remember what the announcement said? Something about how the system will automatically vote ally for anyone who doesn't enter their own vote in time? If Quark doesn't wake up by then.
No! This is exactly why I can't trust any of you.
uh-oh.
1 minute remains until chromatic doors close.
We don't have time to argue this. Let's take a vote. Those opposed to C?
Alice and Dio's hands went up.
What? Why don't you want C, Dio?
Well, if she's got that much of a hate-on for me, that hardly plays into my hands, does it?
Fine, whatever. I assume anyone who didn't raise their hand is all right with option C, then?
No one objected. I kept my mouth shut too. Just as Alice had said, there was an excellent chance that Quark would default to ally. If that happened, he'd make a great opponent. I'd choose ally, of course, but it'd be good to not have to worry about him choosing betray.
All right. 6-2 in favor.
Wait! What about me?
Stay here if you don't like it. I imagine your partner might have something to say about that, though.
He handed Quark to me gently, and crossed his arms and turned to face Alice. Her jaw clenched as she stared up at him. I could see the gears turning inside her head.
Fine.
10 seconds remain until chromatic doors close.
So I guess there's no choice then? Hurry, Clover. Door's closing.
Right.
Hey, take care of Quark.
Don't worry about it. Got a good grip on Quark, nodded to Tenmyoji, and took off for the door. Our feet slapped against the material as we ran. The empty voice of the announcer echoed in my ears.
2, 1, 0. Chromatic doors closing.
I thought I was going to have a choice, but apparently not. Huh? Is this a dead end?
Well, there are 3 doors here, but it looks like they're all locked.
What's this thing? It's got a lever on it.
Can you pull the lever?
Come on, my hands are kind of full right now.
Oh, yeah. I can take Quark then.
You really don't want to touch that thing, do you?
Well, I mean, look at it. It looks suspicious. Like I'm gonna touch it and whoosh, a bunch of poison needles fly out of the wall. Maybe if I had, like, a piece of wood to move it with or something.
I think you might be a little
Then
paranoid.
you do it.
Fine. I shifted Quark over to one shoulder and flipped the switch with my free hand. The treatment center opened. See? No needles. Everything's fine.
For now, only one of the doors opened.
Did you see the plaque on that door before it opened? I think it says something like treatment center.
Do you think that's some kind of medical thing?
First an infirmary, now this? Why do I keep ending up in these places? I glanced over at Quark, asleep on my shoulder. Hey, you know what? We may have lucked out.
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, if this is where they treat people, maybe they got something that can cure Quark.
Oh, yeah.
Let's head on in then.
Okay.
Jellyfish! And a lion. Ooh. Ooh, sleeping pods? Treatment pods. What are those?
It says on the side, treatment pod.
So I guess it treats people? Maybe it can help Quark.
Yeah.
Damn, no good. It's locked. Let's take a look around. Maybe something in here will tell us how to unlock this
Okay.
door. Clover nodded and bounced off to examine the room. Boing, boing, boing. I lay Quark down just outside of the door to the treatment center. Clover might have been overly paranoid about the lever, but there was no harm in being cautious. Hang on there, little guy. We'll get you fixed up soon. I ruffled his hair gently, then turned and headed back into the room. I had some investigating to do. Seek a way out.